एक सेकेंड। आप एक बार बात कीजिए। आ, एक सेकेंड, थोड़ा लूज है। फिर से बात करो। हाँ हाँ ठीक है। Good afternoon, welcome to match number 18 between Salgaonkar and Tempo Sports Club. Oh, okay, thank you.
चल इधर से मार, इधर 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 आ, ये लाइन पे से मारी।
Good afternoon and welcome to another match day in the Selval Goa Pro League. It's a big one. It's Salgaonkar FC versus Tempo SC. Let's see what the managers have to say before today's game. Coach, you've played for Salgaonkar, you've coached them for a while as well. How big are these Goan derbies and how do you prepare the boys and yourself also mentally and physically?
The thing is like derbies are very important because all the top teams have got good reputation, good name, and we have to respect each another, each and every team. Like.
What's the camp like if you win or lose, or what's the feeling like?
Yeah, it's after the match how you feel like, but we are always there. Winning and losing is part of the game. Like we have to accept. Sometimes we have to enjoy.
And what about any changes from your last game? Any changes in the formation or lineup?
No. It is no changes. Like we are going attacking football.
Substitute this number 1, Rashid Rathod. This number 3, Ashwin Fernandez. This number 11, Sidney Kaukar. This number 14, Jason Go. This number 15, Ragnar Rodriguez. This number
Even you've played in quite a few Goan derbies yourself. Now you're in the dugout. What goes on? What are the talks in the dressing room before a big game like this? Are there any nerves or just some excitement?
I think it's more of excitement because everyone in Goa knows that this is a big game today. Even the boys, they come, they motivate themselves for it, and we don't need to motivate them because this game means a lot for us. So, and like you said, it's a derby, so yeah, we have to put our best foot forward today to win today's game.
And any changes to your lineup or the style of play today?
The style of play will be the same. We usually don't change our style of play for anything, but yeah, our coach has made some changes depending upon the Salgaonkar team. So let's see how they work out today.
Shubham Malvankar. Jersey number 9, Latesh Mandrekar. Jersey number 16, Vijay Fernandez. Jersey number 20, Vijay Harshi. Jersey number 22, Valencia Robinson. Jersey number 24, Valencia Fernandez. Jersey number 26, Arnold Gonçalves. Assistant referee to
So we saw the teams warming up all ready for this big clash between two giants of Goan football. Coach Lavinio Pereira having a word with us regarding his Salgaonkar side. He said that they will play attacking football as always, and team manager of Tempo SC, Bevin De Mello, telling us how it feels to play in and also be in the dugout at a big game here in the Selval Goa Pro League. As always, when two of the big teams in Goa clash, it's a big one, and we're live here from the Dulair Stadium as the Greens, Salgaonkar FC, take on the Golden Eagles, Tempo Sports Club. We see how Salgaonkar lineup managed by Lavinio Anthony Pereira. Samuel Costa is back into the lineup, their captain, and along with him Umang Gaikwad also makes his way back into the 11. Sidney Gonkar and Malappa Hirappa drop to the bench. For Dempo Sports Club, managed by former Indian international Samir Nayak, Ariston Costa replaces striker Pedro Gonçalves as they only make one change, and the super subs from the last game, Laxman Rao and Velanco Rodriguez, will both be starting on the bench. Here are the match officials for today. Our referee is David Ribello. He's joined by his assistants, who we see on screen at the moment, just waiting to take the pitch here at the Duler Stadium. Today's match commissioner is Francisco Fernandez, and the referee is David Ribello, assisted by Sainath Haldankar and Mariano Ribello. And the fourth official for the afternoon is Pandurang Gurudas. Salgaonkar lining up in their famous green strip, and Dempo, as always, in their famous blue and white.
Kindly put your hands together. A lot of love to Salgaonkar Football Club and Dempo Sports Club.
Both the captains coming together for the toss. Samuel Costa is back in the starting lineup for Salgaonkar, and Shalom Perez, as always, leading for Dempo, was superb in the last game as his team kept a clean sheet versus Velsau and picked up a 1-0 win. So the teams switching sides, as we've seen quite often in the games here at the Duler Stadium. There we see Samir Nayak and the Dempo dugout always concentrating on the game. Extremely professional as a player and now as a coach as well. Been in the Dempo ranks for many a year. Served them for 18 years as a player. And we have Livinho Anthony Pereira, also played for Salgaonkar in his time, and now he's leading them from the dugout. Both teams with their final say. It's always a huge encounter when these two face off against each other, and today is nothing less. In the first few games, their third game each in this year's Selvel Goa Pro League. We await referee David Ribello to get us underway. Here from the Duler Stadium, the home of the Selvel Goa Pro League. And we see Dylan De Silva, the goalkeeper of Dempo, getting ready. And we're off. Two of the most prolific teams in Goan League football, with 36 Goan First Division titles between them, lock horns today with only one agenda on their minds: to become Goan champions once again. As we see Dempo making their first attack of the afternoon. Salgaonkar FC take on Dempo Sports Club, both Indian champions in their time, but the Selvel Goa Pro League has eluded them in the last few seasons, especially last season, as they respectively fell 3 points and 2 points short of the title. Can they go all the way this year? We'll have to find out. They have each other in their way. And speaking of that, Dempo wasting no time. Kirtikesh on the ball, looking to put into the box. He does put it into the box, and it's cleared away from the Salgaonkar defense. It'll be picked up by Vieri, who keeps the ball and tries to get away, but It's all happening already in the first minute here as these two Goan giants take on each other. Kirtikesh putting the ball into the box and a good header away. That's what you want from your defense in the first few minutes. Jason DeMello kicks it long and a good defensive header, and Salgaonkar now try to make their way upfield. Samuel Costa on the ball. Plays it to Umang Gaikwad, who tries to get away, but Vieri Colasso stops him in his tracks. Umang Gaikwad takes it quickly, but the referee asks him to stop. Tempo clearing it upfield again. Seen both these sides play, but not really be too convincing up front. Just the one goal for Dempo in 2 games. They had a goalless draw in their first game versus Churchill Brothers, and last time out they won 1-0, a slender victory versus Velsau Sports and Cultural Club. Velanco Rodriguez getting the solitary goal in that match day. Salgaonkar coming into this game with a 1-0 victory versus Kalingut, as Dhiren Costa got himself on the score sheet. Prithvesh now tries to keep it in. It goes to Salgaonkar. They give the ball back. Kirtikesh plays it in, and another good piece of defending means that it's a Dempo throw-in. Dempo again on the right wing. Good defensive work by Gaikwad. And a bit of a risky ball, but Jason DeMello clears it out. He has a word with his defense. Not sure why they would want to put their goalkeeper under so much pressure in the first few minutes, but Jason DeMello, with his experience, deals with it without any issues. Prithvesh with the long throw. It's headed away, and will we see a shot? No, we won't. It's played towards the right. Salgaonkar not being able to get out of their own half. Eventually they will clear it. Edwin Vegas with the pass to Prithvesh. He looks for Kirtikesh, who puts another ball into the box. Will he find someone? Looking for Sayesh, but not finding him. Akram plays it up. And eventually it will be a green ball. And in the first 4 minutes, Dempo putting a lot of pressure on Salgaonkar, not letting them play out of their own half. Shalom Perez now clears it. Looks like a bit of a foul and a few calls from the players, but the referee asks them to play on. Salgaonkar quite comfortable playing out from the back. Umang Gaikwad now looking to play through. He does fight Siddharth Kundaikar. He plays it back for Umang. Can he get a ball into the box? He does get it, but Edwin Vegas, as always, is there to tidy up for the Golden Eagles. And we have a corner now for Salgaonkar. You see Umang Gaikwad with the overlap, very speedy, not much to aim at in the center, but he did his job. He got his team a corner, and it's our first one of the game, which goes to Salgaonkar. Siddharth Kundaikar, the experienced midfielder, will take it with his left foot. He puts it in. It goes towards the second post. It does get a Salgaonkar head. Do they have a chance to shoot? Samuel Costa goes for the shot, but it's captain versus captain, and they cancel each other out. It will be another corner for Salgaonkar. This time round, it will be Steven Alvarez taking the corner for the Greens. He puts it into the box. It's not such a convincing corner. Will he get another chance? Ribov plays it back to him. And Sean Alvarez does very well. Ribov eventually knocked off it. Kirtikesh gets the ball back. Both teams very quick to try and attack, also very quick to drop back and defend. And that's when you know that two quality sides are facing each other. Desmond plays it to Saish. Saish looking for some space. Got it to Aman, who plays it back towards Desmond. And things are calmed down a little bit for Dempo. Very well done by Ribov. Good take, and he plays it into the goal scorer from last game's feet, Daryl Costa. Daryl and Ribov, two of the stars in the last game. Ribov pulling all the strings in the midfield. And Daryl finishing off the goals as well. Ashnoy Colasso on the ball now for Salgaonkar. As they keep some possession, Ribov plays it towards the center. Can't find a teammate. Good work from Sean Pereira. Very calm on the ball. Left-footed centre back. And another long ball being played, and Kundaikar can't get onto the end of it. Dylan claims it and plays it out. Shalom Peters with a very nice ball towards Vieri Colasso, who shows one side, goes the other. Now plays it on the right. Kirtikesh, can he chase it down? He will chase it down, but he won't keep it in. And again, very good defensive work from Umang Gaikwad. Akram with the long ball. Can't really find Daryl Costa.
Left side, up, yellow. Yellow.
And now Samuel Costa again playing the long ball. Not really working. Teams have got to play some more passes in the midfield. Play out from the back as well, because these long balls against two solid defenses may not really work. Now time for some wing play. The ball has been played into the box, but well defended once again by Salgaonkar. Kundaikar keeps a hold of the ball despite of the pressure from Vieri Colasso, and plays a good ball towards Umang Gaikwad. He's trying to beat Prithvesh on pace. Wasn't able to do so. Saurav Patil, the number 20, and Sean Pereira, number 21. Very solid for Salgaonkar, especially in the last game. And that's how they got the clean sheet, along with some good saves from Jason DeMello as well. There's Daryl Costa, goal scorer from the last game. Haven't seen him as much in the first 10 minutes, but I'm sure we will. Chance to put the ball into the box for Siddharth Kundekar with his left foot. He does put it in. Does he find anyone? Cleared away, but it will come back to him. He puts it towards the right, but another good piece of defending, and we will see a lot of good defending this afternoon, I assure you, because these two teams very well organized. Somehow Alvarez coming out with the ball, but Perez clears it and it's back towards the Salgaocar defense. Quite an even first 11 or so minutes. Both teams still getting their feelers out there, playing a couple of long balls, playing some passes in the center, seeing which way they can break down the opposition defense. Edwin Vegas trying to play an extravagant through ball and apologizing all round. He was also superb in the last game along with his captain Shalom Perez. Vegas of course making that goal line clearance versus Velsau and assuring that Dempo picked up the victory and the clean sheet as well, which is very important, especially when you're trying to contest for the title. Perez sees the ball out as we see the sun glaring down on us here at the Duler Stadium. Beautiful day for some football, and hopefully we see some beautiful football. A reminder that you can catch all the live action of the Selval Goa Pro League on the Amusi Sports YouTube channel and Facebook page. And now there's a chance for Salgaocar on the left. Here's Gaikwad. Can he put a ball into the box? Yes, he can. And Perez jumps high, clears it away towards Aman. Aman now, will he take on a few of the defenders? He does. He gets past quite a few of them, makes some space on the right, plays it to Vieri. Vieri plays it back to Aman. And this is a good move now for Dempo. Can they make the most of it? Prithvesh sees Vieri overlapping. Vieri puts the ball into the box, but it does fall back to the Dempo players. Is there a chance for a shot? There is a chance for a shot. He's gone past a couple of players, but Ariston Costa, the first we're seeing of him during this game, not willing to pull the trigger. And we see the cross from Vieri. He was looking for Kirtikesh, but the Salgaocar defense doing well to take the sting out of that attack. Siddharth Kundekar went flying there, and he's okay, he will get up. Always ready for the next ball, for the next challenge is Siddharth Kundekar. As we see the referee having a word with a few people, and we're ready to resume. So the first 15 minutes we see the possessional stats. Salgaocar with 45% ball possession, Dempo with 55, and no real clear-cut chances as of now. But will we see it now? Alvarez plays the ball into the box. Kundekar was there. So was Vegas. So is Perez. And Perez deals with the danger. Very good run, and eventually a good ball towards the first post, but not being able to beat the first defender. And we see the centre backs of Dempo quite close to each other, not giving a lot of space for the attackers to run in through them. Maybe from the outside they could have a chance. Umang Gaikwad plays the ball into the box and cleared away by Kirtikesh. Ashna Kalaso now Playing it to Samuel Costa. Alvarez doing well, Ribov doing well. Ribov lines up, takes a shot, and it goes straight into the hands of Dylan De Silva. First proper attempt of the game, and it was struck well from Ribov Sardesai. Latched onto it. It was moving and dipping, but it dipped straight into Dylan's hands. Sloppy work from Desmond. He loses the ball for Dempo, and Salgaonkar eventually lose the ball themselves. Vieri Colasso, he skips past one player, skips past the other, makes some space for himself. Aman looks like he is offside. He did have that guilty look which all strikers who are offside usually have on their faces, and he knew it very well. Salgaonkar defense stepping up and playing the offside trap. A lot of quality in the defense, but also a lot of quality from these sides while attacking. So it will be an even matchup. And as we've seen so far in the first 17 matches of the Selval Goa Pro League, it could be just one goal that can decide this fixture. Shalom Perez plays it towards Vieri Colasso, who's seeing a lot of the ball in the first few minutes of this game. Good footwork by Aman. Eventually the ball being played back. You can see it's quite a hot day here at the Dulair Stadium. And now we move into the shade, into the left hand side. Desmond on the ball, playing it back. And Shalom Perez looking for a through ball, but not being able to find his teammate. The last time these two teams played in last year's Selval Goa Pro League, it was a 0-0 draw, and it was very vital in the title race because both the teams dropped 2 points, and the actual winners from that fixture was Sporting Club de Goa, because eventually they finished 2 points ahead of Dempo and 3 points ahead of Salgaonkar. So this draw between these two sides really giving Sporting Club de Goa the edge last season. So these big clashes not only important for the teams taking part in it, but also for the championship contenders who are watching with close eyes, I'm sure. Shalom Perez now playing it towards Kirtikesh. He's looking for a slotted ball, but again, good defense. Now Ribov turns well. He plays the ball towards the right wing. There's a lot of space here, but Dylan De Silva doing very well, playing a sweeper-keeper role and sniffing out the danger. He knew that Daniel Costa would be making those attacking runs over the shoulder of the defenders. That's how he scored in the last game. So Dylan De Silva doing his duty, doing his homework. And nothing really comes off from that cross. It's taken long by Jason De Mello, but he can't really find a green shirt as we hit the 20-minute mark, and we're still looking for our first goal between these two top sides here at the Dulair Stadium. Ashnay Colasso now plays it short to Ribov. Ribov looked to turn, and Shalom Perez knew exactly what he was doing. Perez has made some space for himself on the left, and there is a shot, and it's just gone past the top left corner. Very good attempt there from the Dempo side. It was Daryl Mascarenas. We haven't seen him at all so far in this game, But he has woken up, and the Salgaonkar defenders will have to wake up because he went through them like butter and took a good shot. Caught onto it well, but just not finding the top corner. So Dal Mascarenhas out of nowhere creating Dempo's first real opportunity. A bit of a foul, and Dempo will get a chance to play it into the box. So far, no real chances from any of the crosses. But can we see a ball from a centre back break down the defence on the other side? Shalom Perez plays the ball into the box, and it's quite deep, and it goes straight into the hands of Jason DeMello, who does very well and then throws it out and almost finds Ashnoy Colasso. We see the free kick once again from Shalom Perez, a little too deep, looking for his centre half partner Edwin Vegas, but you see the referee having a word again here with Vegas. Good work from Desmond not being able to keep it in. And these two teams, here we see the attack from Dal Mascarenhas just dropping the shoulder, making some space for himself and taking the shot. And that was good work from him. So these teams having the most league titles in the first division of Goan football, the top tier. Salgaonkar with 21 to their name, and Dempo on the other hand with 15. So Dempo have some catching up to do. But of course Dempo doing the Goan football community proud with all their Indian league titles, winning 5 of them. Salgaonkar trailing them on that aspect. They've just got the 2. Dempo Sports Club winning the National Football League in 2004-05 season and the 2006 and 7 season, and once it was rebranded to the I-League, they won it in 7 and 8, 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. Salgaonkar were the first Goan team to win the National Football League back in the 1998-99 season, and after that they were crowned champions of India once again in 2010 and 11. Shalom Perez plays a long ball. Will he find someone? Yes, he will. The ball has been played into the box and just about dealt with there by Sean Pereira. And from a long ball from Shalom Perez, Dempo could have very easily have found the back of the net, but it didn't look like they thought the winger would keep it in. Here we see a good chase and a good ball into the box by Sayesh Bakkar, but it didn't look like his teammates thought he would keep the ball in, and had they done so, maybe they would have latched on to the ball played in by him. So Salgaonkar just getting caught off a little bit. They were slow to react to the long ball by Shalom Perez. Good strong header from Edwin Vegas. And here we see another cross into the box, which was well dealt with by the defense, putting enough pressure to making sure that the offensive header went wide. Another long ball being played, and again Dylan De Silva not really being tested. He'll be more than comfortable to come out and receive these balls time and again. Desmond plays it to Harrison Costa, making his way into the starting 11. Not really having much of an impact so far, but he's seeing more of the ball now. Just playing those short passes, keeping it ticking. Very important for a team to do that. Important that they have someone in the midfield to do that. Now Costa finding some space for himself, plays a good ball in towards Vieri. Vieri with another good ball towards Prithvesh. Prithvesh tries to get to it. Eventually it's stopped by Pereira. He plays it back to Colasso. Vieri, and the shot from Desmond goes quite far and over the north stand and out onto the streets. He knows that he caught that a little too well. Desmond Pereira always keeping the attacks flowing from the midfield for Dempo. As we see the replay of his shot, brought down well and eventually smashing it over the top. Now the ball won back by the boys in blue. As we approach the 30-minute mark, where we will see a cooling break as the sun beats down upon us once again. Edwin Vegas with some space, and he's played it well towards Vieri Colasso. And with that, it looks like we have our first cooling break here in this tight match between Salgaonkar FC and Dempo SC. Both teams trying hard to try and pick the lock in the defense of one another. They will hydrate and they will get some inputs from the dugout. There we saw team manager for Dempo Sports Club, Bevin De Mello, who was also their captain last year, having a word with a few of the players, telling Vieri how he can go past some of the defenders. Bevin was of course a striker last season. And coach Samir Nayak also having a word with the Dempo boys. More possession towards the Golden Eagles with 58%. But that won't worry Salgaonkar and Levino Anthony Pereira, who no matter what always wants his team to play attacking football. And that's always good to hear and always good to see. Ball played towards Umang Gaikwad. He keeps it. He also almost keeps a chunk of his opponent's shot, but it is Dempo now with a bit of a chance for a counter. Vieri Colasso gets too much on it, and it looks like his opponent got a bit on him, and it will be a foul. There we see Vieri Colasso making his way upfield. Shalom Perez with another chance to put it into the box. He plays it, he's looked for someone, but it's cleared away again by Alvarez. Ball has dropped now to Ashna Colasso. He has some space. He's looking for Dial Costa, but Shalom Perez just gets there in the nick of time and coolly plays it towards Dylan De Silva, who plays it back to him. And now they will recycle, will Dempo Sports Club. Just looking in a spot of bother for a second, Dempo, but eventually there was nothing to worry about. Perez now playing another long ball. It's a good ball towards Aman. Aman, does he have a chance? It's a good piece of defending from Patel. Aman plays it towards Vieri. Vieri tries to get past, but again, good piece of defending. There is a flick, and it's been put out, but it will be retrieved by Umang Gaikwad. Will he use some pace down the left? He will use the pace against Costa. He's got away from him. And he's played the ball into the box. Is there anyone there in the second post? No, there isn't. And a fantastic run from Umang Gaikwad is to no avail, because there was nobody really waiting for his cross in the box. And we see Daryl Costa checking his run, waiting for the cut back. And the striker, if he had tried to go in between the centre backs, maybe would have had a chance to tap it into the back of the net, but a promising run from Umang Gaikwad. Long ball played, and there we see Edwin Vegas leading from the centre back position, telling his team to push up. They don't mind playing the high line, even though Dial Costa will be making the runs behind. And Prithvesh looks like he took a shot, and it's a shot he won't want to see once again, because it's gone out for a throw-in. Salgaonkar moving forward now. Samuel Costa plays a long ball, and there's nobody there once again. Dylan De Silva decides it was better to let it run out rather than take it to his feet. Shalom Perez now, who is starting a lot of the attacks from his team, for his team from the back. Very good in carrying the ball forward, also taking the set pieces. He's everywhere for this Dempo side. Now Desmond trying to find some space. He does find the pass, but good defending work from Salgaonkar, and now they have a chance to counter. Daryl Costa, he plays it in. Will he get the ball back? And again Perez is there, but not too convincing. He kicked it against his opponent, but picked it up, and now Dempo are on the attack. Desmond looking for the through ball, too much on it for him, and a good piece of defensive work from Akram, who wins a foul and will take the free kick quickly. But referee asks him to stop. Looks like there's a man down for Dempo. It is Ariston Costa, probably feeling a bit of the heat. And there we see Levino Anthony Pereira just having a word with his striker, Daryl Costa. Davino Anthony Pereira, the coach of Salgaonkar FC, also played for them in 2003-2004 season. As we see a lot of the spectators watching this big clash here at the Dulair Stadium. They come for every single game, and we've seen them turn out in numbers day in, day out, especially today on a big game. As we see Harrison Costa being stretchered off, some of the Salgaonkar squad also watching the game. And we're back to the action. Long ball being played from Sean Pereira, but again dealt with. We'll have to see if Ariston Costa will continue. Looked like he was in a bit of discomfort. Tempo keeping possession, eventually playing a long ball, and it goes straight into the hands of keeper Jason DeMello, who's always looking to push his team forward, start an attack from the back. He plays a long ball, and it's cleared away again by Shalom Perez. Sean lets the ball drop and eventually plays it straight to Vieri Colasso, who takes on a couple of defenders, and Gaikwad puts some pressure on him. Good battle between those two. Kirtikesh picks it up, plays it towards Desmond, who looks for his teammate on the left, and eventually a loose touch from Saish Bakar. And there we see confirmation of the substitution. Ariston Costa will not be able to continue, so that's disappointing for him, having come back into the starting 11. And that's a bit of a loose touch, and Nisio, who just came on, almost got onto the end of that one. Nisio Fernandez, the under 20, who we saw with a dazzling run in the first game versus Churchill Brothers, towards the end of it, almost snatching the 3 points. So we'll see if Nisio can have an impact on this game. Usually comes on in the second half. Now he's got some more time on his hands.
Jersey number 6, Ariston Costa, that will be played by jersey number 24, Nesio Fernandez.
So just over 5 minutes left in this first half. It's been a solid defensive display from both sides, but in terms of attack, not really much happening in the final third. Maybe both teams just happy to not concede in the first half, and then they'll open up more in the second. That's a good touch from Vieri Colasso. Is looking to play the ball, and eventually it's seen out by Sean Pereira, and DeMello picks it up. Disappointing ball. It's picked up now by Kirtikesh, and there is some space for Vieri on the right hand side, but well dealt with by Sean Pereira. Now it's Omang Gaikwad for Salgaonkar down the left. We see Vieri, the ball just far from him, tried to keep it with himself but wasn't able to, and now there's a chance for Omang Gaikwad, but it looks like he is offside. A good boot there from Prithvesh Pednikar, just making sure that Umang doesn't get it. There we see the call from the linesman, deciding that he was just ahead of the defense. And a bit of a dangerous ball from Shalom Perez. Colasso now. Colasso looking to play the ball through, but there's too much on it. That ball not really on to play between both the defenders, because it would always go straight into the hands of the keeper. And just a bit more creativity required on either end when it comes to the final third, and it comes to creating goal scoring opportunities. Now we see Ashna Colasso doing very well to hold onto the ball, eventually losing it to Aman. Aman playing it to Desmond. Desmond finds some space on the right for Vieri Colasso, who's been very good in this first half. He's got past Sean, he's played it into the danger area, I was going to say, but eventually it does fizzle out, and Vieri Colasso has been the only player who's really looked dangerous when he's running at the defense. Same has to be said for the number 9 Umang Gaikwad of Salgaonkar on the right and left wing respectively. Just a bit of a hold up, and we're underway once again as we approach half time here at the Dulair Stadium. Still neck and neck, still 0-0. And as always, when two big teams play each other, they cancel each other out, and that's exactly what we're seeing between Salgaonkar and Dempo. Ashna Colasso doing well to hold on to the ball. Costa plays it out. Will we see a ball into the box? Eventually it's tried to be played towards the right, but doesn't really work. Now Akram on it, he's trying to run with it, and eventually doesn't work. He has left a bit of a hole in defense, so we'll see if Dempo can make the most of it. Again, very solid defending, covering up for each other. Good ball from Siddharth Kundaikar, and now good piece of play, and he has been brought down, and that could be the first booking of the afternoon. Yes, it is. Steven Alvarez was going through after a good 1-2 from the Salgaonkar boys, and it is Desmond who knew exactly what he was doing, bringing down Alvarez and getting himself into the referee's book. That's the first yellow card of this game. Will we see the first goal of the game? Because Salgaonkar have a chance. Siddharth Kundaikar over it with his left foot. He's gone straight for goal, and it's gone over the top. Not sure if that was the wisest move from him, but he definitely thought that he could catch Dylan off his line, but eventually it's a chance wasted as we inch closer towards the 45-minute mark. Here is the shot once again, not really controlling it, and Dylan knew that that was not going to really endanger his goal.
2 minutes of added time.
And just a couple of minutes of added time added by the fourth official. So there's 2 minutes left. Can any of the teams get their first goal? Vieri now plays it towards his teammate, but not being able to find Prithvesh, and it's been quite a disappointing first half if you were looking for some goals, as we always are, but hopefully we'll see sub in the second half. Vegas doing well. It has been cleared away. Akram heads it out, and Samuel Costa looks for a cheeky little dink towards Colasso, but isn't able to find him. There's a good long ball and it's headed away. And we will have a Dempo corner towards the end of the first half. So the Golden Eagles have an opportunity to go into the break with a lead. Will they make the most of it? Their first corner of the game. And this is a very good time to get it because Salgaonkar will be hoping to not concede just before the break. Nacio Fernandez taking it, he's played it in and it's a good punch away by Jason DeMello. It's fallen back to the Dempo midfield and a shot has been taken and it has gone wide, and it looks like we will be going into the halftime break at 0-0. Yes, we will. The referee David Ribello confirms that, and after both teams haven't had too many chances at the break, it's Salgaonkar FC 0, Dempo Sports Club 0.
Churchill Brothers Sports Club and Penji Footballers at 3:45 p.m.
See the Salgaonkar FC fans always in unison. And the stats for the first half brought to you by Instat. More ball possession for Dempo SC. They did take more shots as well, but Salgaonkar are the ones who took just the one shot, got that shot on target, but not enough to beat Lilian De Silva. One booking so far for Dempo, with Desmond Pereira getting himself into the book. There we see just the one shot from Ribhav, very far out, not really testing the goalkeeper. Here are the shots from Dempo, a few more of them, but you see how far it is from the goal. Not really going to test the keeper, although Desmond's shot was quite fierce, as was Darrell's. You've got to take more shots from around the 18-yard box if you're going to want to get a goal at this level. 3 fouls from the Greens. Siddharth, Steven Alvarez and Saurav Patel with 1 each. Five fouls for Dempo. Aman Govekar with 2 and Saesh, Desmond and Prithvesh with 1 apiece. Desmond also picking up that yellow card for stopping the counter-attack. So with that we come to the end of the first half here at the Dulair Stadium, as Salgaonkar FC and Dempo SC are neck and neck. Join us after the break for the second half.
Sargunkar Football Club and Dempo Sports Club are locked in a goalless draw. Tomorrow's match of Selval Goa Professional League, organized by Goa Football Association, is between Churchill Brothers Sports Club and Changing Footballer at 3:45 p.m.
And we're back live from the Dulair Stadium
And executive members,
as Salgaonkar FC take on Dempo SC.
head coach of Sargunkar
Salgaonkar making
for donating
a double substitution
which have been installed in the players' dressing room.
to start the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together? A lot of applause to Levino and Anthony Pereira. Dev Marik Karo Musafaka.
So we saw one substitution from Dempo in the first half itself. There was a forced substitution as Ariston Costa was injured and henceforth brought off. But two switches made by the Salgaonkar team. We'll just confirm those substitutions for you as referee David Ribello kicks us off, and hopefully we'll have more chances in the second half of this game as these two huge teams face off against each other in the Selval Goa Pro League. Dempo started well in the first half. Will they do the same in the second? Daryl on the left, he's going past his man and eventually has been brought down by Steven Alvarez. And again Dempo, within the first few seconds of the half, have a free kick in a good position.
Number 28.
Here we see confirmation of the substitution. Ashnoy Colasso coming off for the midfielder Selvin Miranda.
Is being replaced by jersey number 18, Selvin Miranda.
Kirtikesh Gadekar now taking the free kick for Dempo, plays it into the box and it's punched away by Jason DeMello, who's been very good so far. And in the other substitution, the number 28 Antush comes on for Salgaonkar. We see the replay of how Jason DeMello punched that away. Kirtikesh now playing it short. Will we see a shot? Eventually it goes towards Saesh. He cuts inside. He takes a shot, it seems, and it goes all the way for a throw-in. So Selvin Miranda and Antush Moniz, the under 20, coming on for the Greens. Both midfielders, can they have an influence on this second half? Edwin Vegas now plays it to his centre-back partner Shalom Peters, who have been so solid as they were in the last game as well, and the game before that. Dempo still haven't conceded a goal in this Selval Goa Pro League. So that's 2.5 games where Dylan De Silva and his defense have not been breached. Vegas opting for the long ball, and Saesh was there, but closer to the ball was Jason DeMello, who picks up and kicks long, as he always does, deep into the opposition half. This is the first time we see Selvin on the ball. Plays a good pass, and that's a good move. Steven Alvarez plays the ball into the box, but it goes over the post, and another good move by Salgaonkar, not really being able to get anything onto it and allow his strikers to attack the ball. Another long ball being played by the Dempo defense, and Aman does get a shot from the ball. Will be quite painful in his abdomen, and looks like he's in a bit of pain, but he should be okay to continue. Siddharth Kundekar smashing the ball against him, and he's okay as play resumes. De Mello clears it away. Not much pressure on Sean Pereira, but he still headed it out. Lost possession. Daryl does well to get away from Melvin, but Ribhov eventually loses it because Daryl plays it against him, and as it was in the first half, it's neck and neck here at the Dulair Stadium. A goal can really put this game on its head. Now Nesio trying to skip past Ribhov. Ribhov doesn't really foul him, and Nesio knows that. Chance now for Selvin Miranda, playing a very good ball, and there's some space here for Antush, but Shalom Perez once again to the rescue for Dempo. Very good defensive work by him. Steven Alvarez giving the ball away. Now Dempo with Nesio. He's got some pace. He's got Desmond to his left. He plays it to Desmond. Desmond plays it back inside to Nesio. It's a good build-up play. Kirtikesh doesn't have anyone on the left. Yes, he does. He's got Sayesh. Can Sayesh put a ball into the box? He does. And offside, says the assistant. So a few good triangle pass moves from either side. First it was Salgaonkar. This time it's Dempo, and not really sure if he was offside, but it has been called, so we'll have to deal with it. Daryl now playing it to Desmond. Prithvesh was looking for someone, couldn't get him. It looks like it is a foul, but the referee asked play to continue, or instead he pulls the foul back. He was just checking on the player. Steven Alvarez playing it out towards Selvin, who's done well to get past his man. He's played it towards his substitute partner Antush, and now they've been forced backwards. Samuel Costa looking for a long ball towards the right. It's well tidied up, and it's now Sayesh who brings it forward for Dempo. Kirtikesh plays a ball to Nesio, who is dropping quite deep and giving his midfielders something to pass to. He's got some space for himself here. Nesio, can he show some magic? He tries to exchange a 1-2, but isn't able to. And now it's Samuel Costa, who's trying to get away from Desmond. He does get away. He's got someone on his left. He plays it inside. Daryl Costa tries to play the ball towards Kundekar, but it's well sniffed out. Another long ball played by Nesio, but Jason De Mello comes and collects. So both teams looking to be a little more attacking at the moment, which is always good for the game. But as I said earlier, a goal can really liven things up. Salgaonkar now on the ball. seeing which way to build the game, not really going for the long ball at the moment. And Ribov playing it towards Daryl Costa, who has some space. And it's cleared away by Prithvesh for a Salgaonkar throw. It will be the first corner of the second half. Going to the team in green. Can we get the first goal of the game as well? There we see Dylan De Silva, the goalkeeper, will have to deal with this corner, and he'll also have to deal with the sun beaming straight into his eyes. Will that be a factor? They take a quick corner. Selvin plays it back to Kundekar. Kundekar shifts back onto his left foot, and would have been easier if he played it with his right. No real angle on his left. It will be a Dempo ball. They've taken it quickly, but Steven Alvarez tidies up. Another long ball and another lost opportunity. Dempo going the long ball route. Salgaonkar trying to play out from the back. Now Salgaonkar with a throw in for themselves. Both teams playing it very safe in the first half, not really throwing themselves up in attack. But now a bit of a chance for Salgaonkar. But Dylan picks it up, clears it, and there is some space now for Nacio. Eventually it does come to the Salgaonkar players, and there is the ball, there is a chance now. It's Daryl Costa. Will he get a shot off? He will get a shot off, and it's just gone past the post. Daryl Costa doing very well to run through the defense, take a shot on his left foot, on his right foot, and go towards the left-hand corner. Good ball there from Antush Moniz. Daryl was definitely onside. He got away from Edwin Vegas, and it looks like Dylan just got a slight touch on it to steer it away from goal, but eventually it was given as a goal kick. We know how dangerous Daryl Costa can be whenever he's running off of the defenders. That's how he got his goal in the last game, got a few chances as well, and this time the first proper chance of the game falling to him. Selvin looking for Daryl Costa again, and this time the Dempo defense knowing what was coming, so Edwin Vegas just sweeping and clearing it away. Whenever there's a centre-back pairing like Perez and Vegas, they know how to chop and change. Whenever one goes a little higher, the other one just drops back and plays as a sweeper. And now Edwin Vegas has played the ball in, and there is a cross, but it's cleared away, and Salgaonkar now on the attack. Ball towards the right wing. It has been kept in and eventually goes out for a throw. Kirtikesh now for Dempo. As you see, there's a bit more of a shadow here in the second half. There is a shot from far, but not really going to test De Mello, and That's what we've seen from Tempo, not really playing any passes or 1-2s, except for that move down the left which was an offside. Taking shots from far, and you're going to need something spectacular to beat the keeper from there. Ribov now picks it up, he plays it towards Selvin, who eventually wins a free kick. Vieri Colasso, the number 29, the under 20 for Dempo, was very good in the first half. Hasn't really got much of the ball in the second. But here's Kundekar on the left. He tries to go past. Eventually he slips. And it goes comfortably into Dylan's hands, who plays it quickly on the right. Kundekar now, who's very good on that left foot of his preferred foot, looking to create something all the time. Here's Daryl Costa, he's the biggest threat while going forward for Salgaonkar, and he eventually got past Prithvesh, but Prithvesh held him back. And Daryl Costa was complaining to the referee. Referee tells him to calm down. There we see was Kirtikesh in fact who pulled him back. And that free kick was taken quickly and went out for a goal kick. So Shalom Perez starts off his side from the back, but it's picked up by Ribov. As we see what happened, Ribov took a good shot, but it went just over the top. Now Desmond on the right for Dempo, playing it backwards to Prithvesh, who finds Shalom Perez, one of the centre backs, always helping the attack. Very back to Shalom, and we're already 61 minutes into this game so far. Daryl Costa with the best chance a few minutes ago for Salgaonkar. How long more will we have to wait for our first goal in this mammoth game between these two sides? Aman has some space on the right. Will he play the ball in? And it does strike the arm of Sean Pereira. So it will be a free kick. It's almost like a corner though. But anything will work for Dempo as long as they can put something into the box for themselves. They've taken it short, and eventually nothing really working from them. Got to try and put the ball into the box if you have a chance. Give your big centre backs a chance to attack your strikers as well, but deciding not to. Dempo once again down the right. Can they create something? Aman plays it towards Prithvesh. He keeps it in. Does well, in fact, to get a throw in. Ball eventually falling to the blue shirts. They are mounting the pressure, but not really making anything of it. Shalom Perez taking a shot from too far, and eventually Vegas bringing Daryl Costa down. There you see the shot from Shalom Perez. If your centre back is coming up the field and taking shots for you, then you've got to try and create some more chances. See another substitution for Salgaonkar. Number 24 Chaitan He is coming on. And he is replacing Siddharth Kundekar, so that's quite a surprising change. Kundekar usually the center of all the set pieces, of all the balls being played into the box. So Salgaonkar are going to rely on something different to try and get a goal today. Very good piece of play from Aman. Eventually the ball falls to Vierikola, so Aman not being able to get to it. And a good clearance from Saurabh Patil. Shalom Perez with a very good ball towards the right. There is an overlapping run, but they've not really used it. Samuel Costa plays it, and Salgaonkar have a chance now to break on the counter. It's Daryl Costa, and Saish wins the ball quite comfortably with the help of Desmond. Plays it to Desmond. Play it to Kirtikesh. Now Nesio looking for a ball, but nothing really working out. Good tackle from Vierikola, so coming back and winning the ball for his side. That's what you love to see from a midfielder. Desmond now with the step over. He's gone past Samuel Costa. He's looking for a teammate, but he isn't able to get it to him. Melvin now on the right, doing well to go past Aman. And a flick working well, but Antush loses the ball. There's quite a bit of zip to these few passing attacks from both teams, but they're cancelling each other out in the midfield. This game could swing either way. Vieri now coming back inside, looking to play a cross ball, but not really working out. And now Vieri has picked it up. He's won it for his side. Kirtikesh plays it down. There are a lot of green shirts around. Desmond plays the ball towards the right. There is a chance now for Dempo, and the shot has been taken quite far again towards the corner flag. Saish, the under 20, with an opportunity to shoot, but there was a sea of green around the box. You see a lot of Salgaonkar players around, not really enabling the Dempo players to take a shot, and good defending from the Greens. Dempo Sports Club winning the Selval Goa Pro League the last time in 2011. So it's been 10 years since they've got their hands on this prestigious league trophy. They've come close many a time, especially last season, by just 2 points. And now Melvin turning in, turning out, trying to go past Perez, plays the ball into the box. He's looked for someone in the second post. It's been played back in, but it's dealt with very well by Vegas and cleared away. So another good move from the right-hand side. Selvin doing very well. Making some space for himself. Playing it towards Chaitan. Chaitan crossed it back into the danger area, but Edwin Vegas was there to tidy up. And now there's more attacking intent, especially from Salgaonkar. Trying to make moves, trying to play the ball into the box. Dempo, on the other hand, are trying to break down the Salgaonkar defense, but they're quite solid. So it's a chess game here at the Dulair Stadium. Whose tactics will prevail? Ribhav now on it. Playing it towards Chaitan, who's just come in and already played a good ball into the box. Speaking of good balls, there's another one towards the right now for Selvin Miranda. And he loses possession. Salgaonkar FC, of course, 21-time Goa Pro League champions. Last time they won the Selval Goa Pro League was in 2008. 16-17 season, and the top scorer in that season for Salgaonkar was a familiar face in Indian football now, Liston Colasso, who scored 13 goals in that campaign. Liston has moved on after that and is also representing the country and playing for ATK Mohun Bagan. So that was a special season for Salgaonkar. After that, they've not been at the top of this league. But this year, everything could change. It's very tight. Seen some good performances, solid performances from these two sides. Sporting Club de Goa unbeaten for a long time. Churchill Brothers doing well. Vasco also registering some wins. So it could go either way. And this game could go either way as well as we approach the 70-minute mark. Salgaonkar again trying to break down. Daryl Costa not being able to get past that sea of blue this time round. And it is quite a slow tempo to the game at the moment. Daryl does get a hand to the face from Steven Alvarez, but referee didn't really spot it and he asked them to play on. Good strong tackle there from one number 8 onto the other. Desmond and Ribhov going in hard there, and that's what we like to see. Those are the tackles which will bring this game to life, and definitely need a goal to bring it to life. Will we see one? We've seen quite a few goalless draws. Let's hope this one isn't the same. Antush playing it towards Selvin. Selvin going past a couple of players and being brought down between Vieri Colasso and Daryl Mascarenas. It's been taken quickly, and eventually Dempo come away with the ball and come away with the free kick. Tempo very good in defense last season as well. Only conceded 12 goals in their 11 matches so far. They've gone 2 games and 71 minutes without conceding. So there's a pattern developing, and you know what they say, goals will you games, but defense wins you championships. And they are coached by a defender, Samir Naik, so defense will always be one of the priorities for Dempo. Another ball played towards Dylan, but he gets to it before Daryl and plays it to Desmond for Dempo. Kirtikesh finding some space for Nesio. Nesio skipping past and playing it towards the right. Will we see an opportunity for Dempo? Not on that occasion. Shalom Perez now playing another ball towards the right. It's a good ball towards Saish. Can Saish play the ball in? No, says Sean Pereira. And no corner, says the referee. So it's a goal kick for Salgaonkar. Salgaonkar now slowing the game down, and De Mello taking a chance. Nacio put some pressure on him but didn't really catch him off. And now Salgaonkar have a chance to make use of this attacking phase of play. Ribhav on the ball for them, looks for a ball through, but it was quite tough for him, and he does hold on to possession. Costa plays it towards Alvarez on the right. Selvin plays the ball in. He finds Daryl, but Daryl not being able to steer it towards that far post. But we see whenever they have Daryl to aim at, they do find him. And here we see a substitution. It is last match's game changer Velanco Rodriguez who comes in, and he's being accompanied by Nigel Fernandez, who also comes on. Sayesh Bakkar has made his way off for Dempo, and Samir Naik and his side making two very good substitutions in the last game, which really paid off, with Lakshiman Rao Rane assisting Velanco Rodriguez, both the super subs. On this occasion, can the subs prove to be super for Dempo? There we see confirmation, Sayesh Bakkar being taken off for Nigel Fernandez, the forward. So fresh legs now as we go into the final 15 minutes here at the Dulair Stadium. Still waiting for a goal. We still don't know which side this game will go. But now on the right hand side, it's Alvarez. He makes a cross and there is a header, but it's well dealt with by Edwin Vegas. Daryl Costa did get to it first, but Vegas stopped it on its tracks as it was going towards goal. And with that, it's time to cool off. A cooling break has been called by the referee. And as this game hangs in the balance, we await its outcome. Both dugouts having a word with their players, motivating them, influencing them to try and push the extra mile and get 3 points, which will be very important. There we see the people watching in the stands, intensely waiting for what could be a decisive goal here in this game. The longer we wait, the more important that one goal, that one strike can be. We're back now. It will be a corner for Salgaonkar. Can they get a goal now after the cooling break? Dempo will have to be alert. Ball has been played into the box. Is there anyone there? There is someone there, but all he's doing is committing a foul. It was sort of Patil on that occasion. Here we see not much in it, but the referee did spot something. Daryl now skipping past Selvin, not playing the ball first time, playing it to Dylan, who is very good with his feet. Both goalkeepers not really having to make many saves, especially Jason De Mello. Dylan had been tested once by Daryl Costa, but nothing came of it. And there's another ball played towards Dylan and Daryl, and Dylan picks it up. Shalom Perez with a good ball, finding Kirtikesh. Kirtikesh looking for a lob ball. Is there a chance now? And eventually, Velanco Rodriguez getting into a good position, but he did slip towards the end. And we see how threatening he can be. He did get ahead of Sean Pereira, but Sean Pereira with a good header back. Didn't spot that first time, but now we see the slow motion replay. He just got the header before it could fall to the feet of Velanco. And now Dempo with a chance in the box. Velanco trying to get it away. He did get a hold of Chetan's jersey, so the referee called for a foul. Dempo win the ball back, and we edge towards the last 10 minutes of this game. Daryl Mascarenes, he's lining up a shot. He decides not to. He goes past two players. He takes a shot, and it's very well blocked by Akram. Superb bit of play from Daryl Mascarenes. We saw him do this in the first half. He skipped past two players and took a shot. This time, he really beat a couple of them very well. One ball roll, one sidestep, and eventually couldn't get past Akram, who's hurt himself in the bargain, but did very well to get that block in. It's corner number 2 for the game for Dempo. They've played it short. Kirtikesh puts it in. Can he find someone? It's cleared away by Saurabh Patel. And it will go back towards Velanco, who won't keep the ball in. You can watch the Serval Goa Pro League live on the Amusi Sports Facebook page and Amusi Sports YouTube channel. We're live every day at 3:35 p.m. and you can catch all the action of the Serval Goa Pro League. Speaking of action, now there's more action here in the Dempo attack, but eventually it's watched out again by Akram, who looks like he's in a bit of pain, but he's playing through it. So we're into the final 10 minutes here at the Dullair Stadium. Again, it looks like it will be late drama if we're going to have a winner. And if you're a football fan, then late drama is what you live for, but not at the expense of your team. So it's quite tense here at the Dullair Stadium as the ball is played towards Antush. Antush takes a shot straight at Captain Perez, who, as I said, is everywhere. And now there's a chance. It looks like Aman was offside, and well spotted by the assistant referee. And well done by the Salgaonkar defense, stepping up at the right time and catching their man offside. Headed away by Edwin Vegas. And Nigel Fernandez just stepped ahead of Ribov. Ribov gets the free kick. Takes it short to Samuel Costa. And now Selvin Miranda, who has been very good since he came on this right. And as I say it, it's the commentator's curse. He loses possession. And now it's Dempo's turn to try and have a crack at it. Puthvesh looking for the ball down the right. Doesn't find his teammate, and a bit of fancy work eventually didn't work out. But now Chetan does have it. He goes past Desmond. Will he try to cross into the box? Vegas has come to team up on him. Samuel Costa has a chance at goal. He does take a shot. And again, Dylan De Silva will have those shots all day long. Here we see space did open up and Kirtikesh knew what he was doing. He showed him enough to take a shot, but there is a chance now for Dempo. Can the ball be played in? And again, a good piece of defending. It was Saurabh Patil. And it looks like it is a corner now for Dempo, who made their way into the Salgaonkar box. And Saurabh doing very well to just stop the attack and give away a corner. So Dempo piling up the corners now. Can they get the opening goal of this game as we move into the 85th minute here at the Dulair Stadium? Ball is played into the box and Jason De Mello, so experienced, so good, knowing exactly where the ball will fall and so good at playing out his team from the back. There we see Daryl Mascarenhas, who is a left back, but he's made his way upfield a couple of times for Dempo. He has been dangerous, and that's been the story of the afternoon for Dempo. Shalom Perez going up most of the time. Same with Daryl Mascarenhas, as we see Coach Lavinio Anthony Pereira having a word with a few of his players. Very experienced as well. Represented Goa in the Junior National Football Championships and the Senior National Football Championships. The Santosh Trophy as well. Also coached Goa in the Santosh Trophy in 2014 and most recently in 2019 and 20. And as a player, he did represent the likes of Sesa Goa Sports Club, Churchill Brothers, Mahindra United, Salgaonkar and Sporting Club de Goa. And with that we see a few substitutions. Aman has come off for Dempo. Desmond has also come off and he's been replaced by Shubham Malvankar. See on the top left of your screens the confirmation of the substitutions. Shalom Perez plays it towards Dylan, who comfortably clears it away as always. And the other substitution sees Aman coming off for Lakshiman Rao Rane. So the second half of the last game's super subs has come on. Can they have an instant impact once again? Kirtikesh finding some space for Nigel Fernandez. There's a chance now. Velanco Rodriguez tries to skip past. He makes some space for himself. And Sean Pereira again, very good defensively, not giving the wingers any chance to cross. Is the left-footed centre-back. He and Saurabh Patil so solid. But now they have to deal with a corner. It's the fourth one for Dempo. Velanco puts the ball in. Vegas gets a touch and he just puts it across the face of goal. Nigel was very close, and had he read a little earlier, Nigel could have got a tap-in. There we see Edwin Vegas with a good run towards the first post. It was a nice ball from Velanco Rodriguez. But now it's 88 minutes and it's still 0-0. Ribov with a long ball and Dylan so good coming out once again, sweeping and keeping. Daryl acrobatically clears it away. A bit of head tennis from Ribov and Nesio, and eventually it goes to Samuel Costa, who plays it to the left. A bit of space here on the left for Chetan. He's doing well against Prithvesh. Prithvesh also neck and neck this game, and each play between the teams so close. And we're moving into the last 90 seconds of the 90 minutes. The pendulum can swing either way, but will we see a team pick up the 3 points? Chetan now taking the corner for Salgaonkar Football Club. Chetan plays it towards the second post. It's gone quite deep, but it's played back in very well, and there's a chance now for Salgaonkar, and eventually nobody really taking a shot. Dempo now on the attack. Velanko, he's got some space with him. He's got Rane with him as well. And we see the corner being taken. Selville tried to play the ball in. Very good chance. It fell to Sean Pereira and Saurav Patil, but nobody could get a touch and a shot. And we see Dempo's attack also fizzling out. Here we see the other side. A good shot caught well, but eventually just going over the bar from Kirtikesh. And now we're down to the final few minutes of waiting for the confirmation of stoppage time. Daryl Costa now with some space on the right for Salgaonkar. Can they snatch it? He plays it, and there's a chance. It's been taken, and it is a goal! What a fantastic finish from Antush Moniz, and Salgaonkar have just about snatched this from Dempo Sports Club. What a superb finish! And that is the goal for Salgaonkar. It's 1-0 to them, and Dempo have been stunned. Daryl Costa with the assist, and Antush Moniz, when it matters most, bringing a smile to the faces of the happy Salgaonkar fans. This is a very important goal in this year's Selville Goa Pro League. And Salgaonkar have got the 1-0 lead, and it's from Antush Moniz. Very good first touch. The ball was behind him, and you've got to question the defense there, allowing him to take a shot, and a superb shot into the top right. As we saw the 4 minutes of added time shown, and we see a superb shot and a superb goal. But now Dempo, can they try and salvage something? As I said, it's late drama here at the Dullair Stadium. As always, Kirtikesh puts the ball in, and there's no one there, but it's put behind by Selvin Miranda. It's all happening in the last few minutes. Here we move deep into stoppage time. Now Dempo Sports Club, can they dig deep? There's a ball into the box, it's deep, and it's a header, and it's gone just over the top from Captain Perez, heading it towards the top left corner, and that could have been the chance to snatch an equalizer for Dempo. Perez, as I said, he's everywhere. This time making some space for himself, getting a header, a good header at that, but glancing the top of the crossbar. And Salgaonkar may well have just done enough, but there's still some time for Dempo to get an equalizer. The under-20 player Antush Moniz is picking up what is so far the winning goal, but can Dempo have something to say about that? On the right wing, Velanko gets stopped by Chetan. Throw is taken by Prithvesh, and the ball is lost, and Salgaonkar will play the ball upfield. Dylan comes very far out of his box. He plays it. He'll be disappointed with that. Conceded in his first post, but it was a bullet of a shot from Antush, so all credit goes to Antush and even to Daryl for picking him out. Now a ball played into the box again, and it just goes past Jason DeMello. It looks like it did take a deflection, and with just over 30 seconds to go, It looks like we will have a substitution. Referee says the substitution has been made, and Dempo waste no time in taking the corner. The ball will go out again, and it's taken by Lakshiman Rao Rane, but it goes over the top, and that could be it for Dempo. It doesn't look like they will have enough time to get the equalizer, and late drama and excitement here at the Dhule Stadium means that Salgaonkar are ahead, courtesy a strike from Antush Moniz. There we see the header from Shalom Perez. Daryl Costa has been taken off. They've thrown in another defender to Fraser Gomes with fresh legs to try and keep the clean sheet, and it is a goal kick, and that could be the 3 points for Salgaonkar. Daryl Costa doing very well for Salgaonkar. He ran his socks off, eventually provided the assist. And Jason DeMello also doing very well to keep a clean sheet, and there we have it. It's a slender win, but it's a win indeed for Salgaonkar Football Club. They defeat Dempo by 1-0 in the dying minutes at the Dhule Stadium, and coach Lavinio Pereira will be very happy with his boys. He breathes a sigh of relief. He knows that this is a very big win for his side, a very big 3 points. Dempo will be disappointed as you see the coaches meeting, and it is a 1-0 victory for Salgaonkar, leaving it very late, but snatching the victory from Dempo Sports Club. And here are the stats brought to you by Instat. 56% ball possession for Dempo, not enough for them to really get much on target. 11 shots from them, just the 1 shot on target. Only 3 shots on target for Salgaonkar, but one of them was enough to get the 3 points. Here we see Salgaonkar strikes, Antush with 2, and you see the red graphic showing that that was the decisive goal. Daryl with 2, and Chetan, Ribhav, Alvarez and Sean with 1 shot each. For Dempo Sports Club, they took more shots, but you see there's so many shots from far off, and that's not going to really test a keeper of Jason DeMello's stature. 2 shots from Nigel, Kirtikesh and Daryl each, and Sayesh, Desmond, Shalom and Velanco with 1 apiece. Not really testing the keeper enough. Fouls mostly towards the wing for Salgaonkar. Saurabh with 3, and they were very solid in defense, I must say, between Steven Alvarez, Arkham, Saurabh and Sean Pereira. Salgaonkar very good in defense with the help of their keeper as well, of course, Jason DeMello. Dempo were very solid until that 90th minute strike, and they'll be very disappointed to come away with the defeat. But that's football, as we see the fouls from the Dempo side. 2 for Aman and 1 each for the rest of his teammates. And that brings this Goan derby to a close. Salgaonkar, courtesy of a goal from Antush Moniz, win versus Dempo SC by 1-0. That's all from the Dhule Stadium for today. My name is Liam Bain. Thank you for watching, and join us again tomorrow for live coverage of the Selval Goa Pro League.